Good morning. My name is Jake Soberall. I am the co-founder and co-CEO of a company called Bitwise Industries. Irma Olguin and myself founded Bitwise Industries in 2013 in Fresno, California. Now, at that moment in time, it would not have been hyperbole to describe our hometown as the most broken city in America. Nonetheless, Irma and I believed that Fresno could create a thriving technology sector made up disproportionately of people coming from poor and marginalized backgrounds. We believe that we could accomplish this using a three-part ecosystem that would enable Fresno to grow that technology sector. Now, we began with the first piece of that ecosystem being education. We set out to teach people to code. We believed that it was fundamentally important to chart a course for folks to come out of poverty by acquiring the skills necessary to enter the technology industry as a computer programmer. Now, certainly we taught folks to code. Our uniqueness, though, came in the attention that we paid to the non-technical barriers to entry. This meant that we focused on things like transportation, childcare, mental and physical health, emotional well-being, food security, compensation during the period of learning. And by paying attention to those things beside the JavaScript, we have been able to train 4,000 students in 5.5 years. Of those exiting our career program, 80% have earned technical employments. And their demographics tell a super important story about the work that we're doing. More than half are women. More than half are minorities, and about 20% are first generation. On average, they walk into our doors earning $20,000 a year and walk out of our doors earning $60,000 a year. This work at GeekWise Academy, though, in the context of Fresno, for us begged the question of, well, where does this happen and what does it flow out into? We thought that the second piece of the ecosystem that was absolutely necessary was to begin to create the sort of aspirational environments that you imagine exist in the Silicon Valley but assume could never exist in a place like Fresno. So we began buying blighted properties in our urban core, developing them, and leasing them, generally to technology companies, but more specifically to those companies that were hiring most aggressively out of the academy. The aim was to create community around tech and shared purpose around leveling up local talent. We began in 5,000 square feet in downtown Fresno and have grown in 5.5 years to 250,000 square feet of fully leased commercial real estate in downtown Fresno. Now, certainly, these spaces are vibrant and the amenities and aesthetics are exciting, but the primary inducement to leasing space from Bitwise Industries in downtown Fresno for a technology company is the ready access to the next 12 developers that you're going to need coming out of GeekWise Academy in the same building. And that inducement has caused 200 technology companies to choose to locate in downtown Fresno in just our first 5.5 years. Now, those two things together we thought were exciting, but we thought that there was a need to still accelerate the growth of that ecosystem by becoming a direct actor. So we founded Shift3 Technologies, a software consulting firm, but our uniqueness there was that we sort of agreed at the outset and have held true to the commitment that substantially all of our technical talent would be hired directly out of GeekWise Academy. What we wanted to do was not only grow a software consulting firm, but prove out that you could build a world-class company with the non-traditional talent we were producing at GeekWise Academy. Those three pieces form a virtuous cycle, an ecosystem. They sound good. This ecosystem, and the macro level impact has been super exciting in the first 5.5 years in Fresno. We've seen the technology industry around Bitwise Industries create 10,000 new jobs in our city. 200 companies have chosen to locate in downtown Fresno. And so we believe that in our first 5.5 years, we have started to see the impact that this model can have in our hometown. Over the course of our next 5.5 years, we're excited not only to see what more it can do in Fresno, but what it might be able to do for other underdog cities throughout the United States and beyond. Sort of foundationally, what we have set out to do is change the faces in and geography of the technology industry using our unique ecosystem that begins with education. Thank you very much.